welcome everybody to the Singers of Palm Isles. Most of you look as if you have been here before. And I actually saw people singing along with us, which gives me the thought that some of you ought to be coming in and sitting down for a day, listen to us, and then join us. If you didn't know, I'm Irene Soskin, and I'm president, and that's why I'm talking to you, because there have been a lot of changes, and I want to take care of introducing who's who for a moment, because otherwise I'll forget. In no specific order, I'd like to point out that Art Grossman is taking a video of us, so we'll be able to see. And a little push for some other things. It will show up on, if you have a computer, if you're with Pyrex, it will show up on Pyrex, and it will show up on 63 on your TV eventually. Now, in addition to that, I am pleased to present our new conductor. I don't want you to think that I was put out to pasture or anything like that, but I was very fortunate in finding a new generation of the Singers of Palm Isles. Let me get out of the name. I guess you all know her. This is Lina Lerman. And also we have with us, why he wants that white piano, I don't know, but he asked for it. But our wonderful pianist who makes it sound like a Stein, thank you, Peter Dino. I'm going to stay with the script for a bit so I don't leave stuff out. The first thing, which I had as last, but the first thing is my famous, if you were here before, you know it by heart. We don't want to hear in the middle of a song a strange brrr or any kind of weird sound that could only come from, somebody's reaching for his pocket already. I know it. I know these things. And does it ever happen? Yes. Your granddaughter, your grandson, your best friend, or whoever you just simply forgot, is going to call you right now. Except they're going to wait actually until we're singing. And if we hear that, and it better be off key, and if you answer it, which I once actually did hear that, somebody's phone went off in the middle of our concert, and the person answered it while we were singing. And we know where you live. That's that. Anyway, a little bit of advertising for us. The Singers of Palm Isles have been around for a very long time, and we are a club of...
That's shutting it off. That's shutting it
I'm trying to get back to this. We are a club, meaning that anybody, except people who's, yeah, we have accidents all over the place. Anybody can join the Singers of Palm Isles if they love to sing. The only requirement is that you realize that you're getting into something that's a group. You're not there to sing solos or as if you were in a shower. And for that, we have a conductor. And that's what I was going to, if I followed my script, going to introduce Lina, but she's been introduced already. And we are expected to at least watch the conductor. So if you can watch the conductor, and we have I've already introduced Peter, that he plays, you should join us. And we meet down that way in CL1 or some such. And please do that. There are no auditions. We sing here at no charge for a number of events. You've probably been to all of them. For the 4th of July, which never happens on the 4th of July, but the 4th of July was never held on the 4th of July, so there's no problem with that. But there have been we do Veterans Day, which we did, that was Lina's debut, and upcoming is the patriotic one. Rehearsals are at 1:15 to 2:30, and every week, except when it's not. Don't give me anything to speak, I just do, but everybody happens to be. It's very good health for you. You're not only going to have a good time if you join the singers, but, and that, by the way, these people back there nag me all the time to tell everybody, we come because it's a good fun to be. And that's what I say, but you also have to remember to watch the conductor. That's there. And it's good for your health. I even think that Dr. Oz approves it. And with that, I am turning the program over to Lynn and her sidekick, who will do the, what's the word there, the commentator, Adrian Green.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm so happy to see you all. And there's children that just walked in. If they want to sit down front on the floor, they're more than welcome to. And there are seats for them, so if they want to sit up front, we'd love to have them, because this program, I know they'll love this program. Today we have decided to do a program about the music of Walt Disney. We are doing this for two definite reasons. One is that this is February and it's the month of love, and if anything, Disney did songs of love, movies about love, love between animals, love between people. All the movies ended with happiness and people getting together and loving each other. So for that reason, we decided to pick the Walt Disney movies. Also, you may not know, but this is the 90th birthday of Mickey Mouse. I know you didn't know that. This is a factor, yes. This is his 90th birthday, and this year, we don't know exactly which day, but he's one old mouse. And we decided that because of that, we would also have a program directly for Walt Disney. So we begin today with, our first selection is from the musical fantasy Pinocchio, and it's become the theme song of many Disney productions, When You Wish Upon a Star. Our next song today was written in 1937 and comes from the first full-length animated feature film, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Someday my prince will come.
Someday my prince
Disney movie Song of the South, released in 1946, was based on the Uncle Remus stories and took place after the Civil War and the abolition of slavery. The film remains the subject of controversy, and many still consider it racist and offensive. Today we are going to sing a song from that movie, but I'm sure nobody here will take offense to it. Zippity-doo-dah. Very good. Yeah. What better songs to sing in the month of Valentine's Day is the music from Cinderella. First seen in movie theaters in 1950, little girls from all over the world have been inspired by Cinderella to look for their own Prince Charming. We will sing Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo, followed by the much loved A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes.
Magic
believe that? Do you believe that? I still believe that if you wish hard enough, it will come true. Yeah, right. Okay, Lady and the Tramp, released in 1955, tells the story of a refined female Cocker Spaniel from an upper-class family who falls in love with a stray mixed-breed dog named Tramp. This is the love song from that film between Lady and the Tramp. Bella, don't. The movie Mary Poppins was released in 1964 and won 5 Academy Awards. One was for an actress who won for Best Actress. Can you tell me who that was? Julie Andrews, correct. The movie contains a song with the longest word in the English dictionary. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Okay. This wonderful movie also contained music that suggested how you should take your medicine, as well as something to do on a windy day. There is also a song about a chimney sweep on the rooftops of London. So now we'll sing all 3 of these songs from Mary Poppins, starting with Supercalifragilistic. Spoonful of sugar. Chim Cherie. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm out of place. Yes, I am. Let's go fly a kite. Go fly, go
With tuppence for paper and strings, you can have your own set of wings. With your feet on the ground, you're a bird in flight. With your fist holding tight to the string of your kite. Oh, let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Let's go fly a kite and send it soaring up through the atmosphere, up where the air is clear. Oh, let's go fly a kite. When you send it flying up there, all at once you're lighter than air. You can dance on the breeze over houses and trees with your fist holding tight to the string of your kite. Oh, let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Let's go fly a kite and send it soaring out through the atmosphere, up where the air is clear. Oh, let's go fly a kite.
Okay, now, Chim Chim Cherie.
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim cheree. A sweep is as lucky can be. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim cheroo. Good luck will rub off when I shake hands with you. Oh, blow me a kiss, and that's lucky too. Now as the ladder of life has been strung, you may think a sweep's on the bottommost rung. No one spends me time in the ashes and smoke. In this whole wide world there's no happier glow. Up where the smoke is all pillared and curled, between ravens and stars is the chimney sweep world. And there's hardly no day nor hardly no night. There's things half in shadow and halfway in light. On the rooftops of London, oh, what a sight. Chim chim cheree, a sweep is as lucky can be. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim cheroo. Good luck will rub off when I shake hands with you, or blow me a kiss, and that's lucky too.
Now we have a special treat. Our piano player, Peter Dino, is going to favor us with a song from Pocahontas, Colors of the Wind. It's a beautiful, beautiful song. Thank you, Peter. That was just beautiful. The song, It's a Small World After All, first premiered in 1964 at the New York World's Fair. It is played in all the Disney theme parks around the world, in California, Orlando, Tokyo, Paris, and Hong Kong. The theme of the song is for there to be global peace and unity. We are proud to sing it for you now. The Jungle Book is a Disney animated musical comedy based on Rudyard Kipling's book of the same name. It was produced in 1967, and sadly Walt Disney died during its production. Famous actors and musicians worked in this movie, such as Phil Harris, George Sanders, Louis Prima, and Sterling Holloway. We will sing the bare necessities from that very successful film, and you should know that it was sung by a bear. That's why it got the title Bare Necessities.
For the bare necessities, a simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities, oh Mother Nature's recipes that bring the bare necessities of life. Wherever I wander, wherever I roam, I couldn't be fonder of my big home. The bees are buzzing in the trees to make some honey just for me. When you look under the rocks and plants and take a glance at the fancy ants and maybe try a few, the bare necessities of life will come to you. They'll come to you. They'll come to you.
Beauty and the Beast was released in 1991 and tells the story of a prince turned into a monster. His servants were turned into household objects, and a young woman named Belle, who he imprisons in a castle so that he could become a prince again. Of course, as in all Disney movies, love conquers all. We will sing two songs from this wonderful movie. The first is Beauty and the Beast, and the second is Be Our Guest, where the lyrics make reference to talking dishes and cupboards and things, so it's really quite adorable.
Tale as old as time,
Be our guest. The Disney film Aladdin appeared in movie theaters in 1992 and was based on an Arabic folktale, 1001 Nights. It was the 31st Disney animated feature film and was the highest grossing film of 1992. Stars like Gilbert Gottfried and Robin Williams lent their voices and talents to this film. We will now sing the beautiful A Whole New World from this movie.
Tell me, princess, how
In June of 1994, Disney Studios released The Lion King. It is the highest grossing animated film of all times, as well as the best-selling film on home video. In this movie, we meet the young lion Simba, his evil Uncle Scar, as Simba learns to take his place in the circle of life as the rightful king. We will sing 2 songs from this movie, which moved from the big screen to Broadway. Can You Feel the Love Tonight and Circle of Life.
Sees me through. It's enough for this restless warrior just to be with you and carry the love tonight. It is where we are. It's enough for this wide-eyed that we got this far. And can you feel the love tonight? How it's laid to rest. It's enough to make kings and vagabonds believe the very best. It's the time for everyone, if they only learn that the twisting kaleidoscope moves us all in turn. There's a rhyme and reason to the wild outdoors. When the heart of the star-crossed voyager beats in time with yours. Can you feel the love tonight? It is where we are. It's enough for this wide-eyed wanderer that we got this far. And can you feel the love tonight? How it's laid to rest. It's enough to make kings and vagabonds believe the very best.
And now, Circle of Life.
And we step into the sun. There's more to be seen than ever
We would like to end our concert with everyone joining us and repeating "It's a Small World." We feel it is more than fitting as a reminder of what we really need to be thinking about and talking about now, politically and emotionally as well. So let's all sing "It's a Small World."
A particular cheer for not only singers of Palm Isles, but Lena. And don't forget to come back for the Pip show that's coming up.
Yes.
And then
You'll love it.
And you'll love the classical showcase that follows the all at 2 o'clock.
Please don't leave. We're going to sing one more song which has nothing to do with Disney, but it's become like our theme song. And then we're going to have, because of the Disney theme, we were going to have cookies and milk, but I suspect most of you won't drink milk based on the faces I just got. We're having cookies and water, which is very